Hello, my name is Malik Wallace. I'm a proud senior in the class of 2021 at Midtown High. Early in my academic year, I established a commitment to civic engagement and community service. Growing up in New Jersey shaped my perspective and outlook on life as I recognized the significance of cultivating and implementing change. Through acts of community service, I have participated in efforts including church and community volunteering. I've also been a member of Beta Club for 7 years and still enrolled with Mr. Malik Wallace. I joined Beta Club because of its strong values as an organization that promotes the ideas of academic achievement, character, leadership, and service among students. As a member, I participate in activities such as Atlanta Community Food Bank, Trees for Atlanta, and food and can drives. I've also recently been awarded the opportunity to become a member of the National Honor Society. In this program, not only are we given the opportunity to get resources to excel in college, but we raise awareness as well. During COVID, my family and I decided to donate monetary contributions to several families. I recognize there is a serious problem with dealing with homelessness in Atlanta, and it's extremely important to acknowledge they're humans as well and deserve a roof over their heads. All these encounters have added to my perspective on how I view life and want to continue to be able to give back to my community. If awarded this charitable scholarship, I would like to apply to any unfulfilled financial obligations at the university I have chosen to enroll into. I've been accepted into the following: Emory, Georgia Tech, New York University, and North Carolina A&T. Additionally, in an effort to continue my flight as a community contributor, I would give a portion of the scholarship money to the Atlanta homeless organization called HOPE, which stands for Housing, Outreach, Prevention, and Emergency Services. They fight the uprising of homelessness in the city one individual at a time. If you visited Atlanta or you're currently a resident, you most likely have had an encounter with homeless people, either walking or living under a bridge. It is always disheartening to see someone else sleeping on the curb or asking for money at a red light. I will continue to be a change agent in the community and give back to those in need. This is more than a fulfilling desire, it is my passion and mission. Virtual learning has been an unexpected shift scholastically, mentally, and physically for everyone. It's been about a year now since we've been out of school, and I can admit this has been my most transformative year. Although it didn't take long to transition to Zoom, we still had to adapt to this new learning method. Initially, my experience with virtual learning had been a similar experience to many other students, challenging and tiring. According to a recent article published by Forbes, Microsoft research states that virtual conversations, presentations, and meetings tax our brains much more than in-person interactions, due to them requiring higher levels of sustained concentration. Admittedly, when I first started Zoom during my junior year, I had faith that I would return back to Grady my senior year. After selecting to continue to stay home and learn virtually, that's when I really accepted that I would not return to Grady for physical interactions with my teachers and peers. I had to adjust my perspective and grasp that the benefit of my new environment. I realized how this virtual experience was actually equipping me for college. I began to plan my time with purpose and intention. This was a discipline that I knew would benefit in the long run while preparing for college. When we were given asynchronous Wednesdays, at first I didn't use my time wisely. However, I began to use Wednesdays as a day to complete assignments, get a head start, and enhance my overall work ethic. In addition, I began applying to schools and completing scholarships. College is like asynchronous Wednesdays. You're given the freedom to do as you please, and it's your choice to either fall back or conquer the day. I chose the latter. My goal is to thrive in this new world of virtual work and will carry the same work ethic into my college career. Since quarantine started, it's been a challenge for everyone. Adapting to the new society of the world, all of a sudden is a lot to process. I didn't have a problem staying home, considering Atlanta hasn't been as strict as other places. My family and I have chosen to stay indoors as long as possible. The virus didn't affect my family closely until my sister was diagnosed over winter break. My family was sad and yet prayerful because she battled COVID during the holidays alone. Thankfully, she is okay now. We still continue to be cautious and respectful of our surroundings. Alternatively, the pandemic has also had some positive effects for my family and I. Another area of civic engagement in which I was able to be a change agent was by allowing my voice to be heard this year. After George Floyd's death, the world was in a state of chaos. Seeing Floyd crying for help moments before he died struck a nerve in everyone. People were infuriated, saddened, and realized enough was enough. All across the world, people protested and were determined to make a difference. I was able to peacefully protest for a positive change. We marched down the streets of Atlanta to City Hall, holding signs and chanting the names of the lost lives of many African Americans due to police brutality. Not only was this protest peaceful, but also empowering. I also learned a lot about politics this past year through the presidential election. This past December, I turned 18, allowing me the legal right to vote in the local Senate election for Georgia, allowing me the first time to participate in cultivating a positive change in America. Every vote counts. In conclusion, the pandemic has had both negative and positive impacts on many of us, but I'm happy to affirm that this has been my most transformative year, allowing my family to get closer. I've made an impact in the world. I participated in the protests, voted in the election, and became more aware of political issues, and I'm most successfully approaching my senior year, graduating with a GPA of 3.8.